Hello friends, welcome you all to another video, and you can see on your screen now. Today we are going to begin with the paper number 4 and the next poet, that is the William Shakespeare. And already I have talked about William Shakespeare's life, his work in my video, that is the Elizabethan drama. So please check out that if you have not watched that drama, video. So please watch that video. It is available on my YouTube channel, and then you will get an idea about William Shakespeare and his work and his life. So before we start this poem, I would like to ask you one question: that what is true love according to you? So you can make in comment section that what is true love according to you. So today we are going to start with the sonnet number 116, that is the 116, and the title of this sonnet is "Let Me Not to the Marriage of True Minds." And my friends, here I am going to read out the entire poem, and after that I will explain 6 to 7 or 6 to 8 lines in this video, and the remaining part of this poem we are going to see in tomorrow's video. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. And now I am reading the this poem, and you also read with me. So let's start. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest and it is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth unknown, although his height be taken. Love is not time's full, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love ardors not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the age of doom. If this be error and upon me proved, I never write, nor no man ever loved. So it is a very beautiful sonnet written by William Shakespeare. And as this sonnet is actually trying to define the love. Here in this sonnet, William Shakespeare has given us the definition of love, which in our context we have a lot of different kind of definition about the love. And you can see that what is love in India, and how the one-sided love, two-sided love, and how the young generation, they think that what is love. Love is just attraction for them to the that, and now that the free relationship is also entered, and casually a lot of girls have boyfriends and a lot of boys have girlfriends. Now it became a casual, and they also do so many things before the marriage which they should not do morally. Okay, but it is a freedom. Everybody have a freedom, and there are a lot of novels you can see, from Chetan Bhagat to Sudip Nagarkar, and these are the chic literature. We can call it as a romantic literature, and these literature are very popular among the young generation people. And as a English teacher, definitely I should not promote their text, because this kind of literature is not supposed to teach in the classrooms, because they deals with the that what I am talking about. So what is true love? So true love is what, as I have told you in your first year, in your second year, that it is just a heart to heart feeling. You have to remember, you have to keep that feelings for your beloved. Once that feeling is vanished, your love also vanish. So in Hindi, if I translate it, प्यार क्या होता है? तो प्यार एहसास है, एहसास है उस व्यक्ति के लिए जिस व्यक्ति पर आपको प्यार है। ये एहसासी जो है वो ये जो एहसासी जो है वो हमारा रिश्ता बरकरार रखता है। जिस दिन ये और जिस वक्त, जिस पल ये एहसास ख़त्म हो जाता है, उसी वक्त हमारा रिश्ता भी ख़त्म हो जाता है। सो दैट इज़ द लव इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दैट इज़ द डेफिनेशन विच आई परस्यू फ्रॉम माई ओन experiences, and therefore I have put that thing here. And again, you can if you watch some kind of movies, and you can also find such kind of a definition, and there are variety of definition, there are variety of poems. Okay, so without wasting any further time, let's move to the first line of this poem. So in the first line, here Shakespeare has noted as, let me not to the marriage of true minds. Okay, let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. So okay, so what is actually true love? True love, it is not mean that just two people are getting together and they are getting married. That is not love actually. Okay, so actually true minds, very few minds, when they came together and when they get married, that is the real love according to William Shakespeare. If your mind is pure, if your heart is pure, and if you really longs for other, really you longs for that girl whom you love, or that boy whom you love, so that longingness is very important, and that is the purity of heart, and that is the true minds when they came together. You must admit that. So that is the, in the very first line, William Shakespeare has telling us the true meaning of love. So further he said that love is not love which alters when it alternation finds, and you can see a lot of the Imran Hashmi's movies also. Okay, so if there is the triangle, if there is triangle, A loves B, and also his heart beats for C, and if he changes his love from A to C, so this is the alternation. If it alters, alter means badalne, if it changes, if A is loving B and if C is coming there, and if he changes love from B to C, it means that he has changed it, and again there is a B also and he got the alternation. Okay, alternation, paryay, option, and therefore if he are choosing C also, D also, then it is not a true love. असं म्हणतात ना बरेच जण बघा की प्रेम हे अनेकदा होत असतं. ओके, दॅट इज नॉट ट्रू अकॉर्डिंग टू विलियम शेक्सपियर. Love only love once, and if a person is changing his heart, if his heart is beating for everybody, every girl or every boy, if a boy's heart beats for every girl, and if a girl's heart beats for every boy, it means that he and she doesn't understand love, and they are what they are in mind, it is just lust, nothing but lust and no love, according to William Shakespeare and according to me also, because it does not fit to morality. What is going on in the nowadays generation? I don't think that they are following the morality. Okay, so everybody have a freedom, so they can do anything, okay, what they want to do. So that is the actually the meaning of the second line, and let's move to the third line, fourth line. Or bends with the remover to remove. And okay, if you find somebody who can remove you and you can go for another, okay, again it is just like a alternation. If I am, or if A is loving B and if you want C, and then if he is removing B, okay, or if B is removing you and if you are bending, so that is not a true love according to William Shakespeare. I think you get it. So we have completed 4 lines. Let's start with the last 2 lines of this sonnet, and the remaining lines we are going to deal with tomorrow's video, and I am also going to analyze this poem. Okay, and I am also going to post some questions on Sydney's poem, so you have to answer on them. So let's start with the last 2 lines of this sonnet. That looks on tempest and is never shaken, it is the star to every wandering bark. So actually, what is love? So love is like a tempest. Love is like a thing when a lot of tempest are come. Tempest, that is the storms. कितीही वादळ आलं तरी ते प्रेम जे जराही हलत नाही, जराही विचलित होत नाही. समजा ए ही व्यक्ती बी व्यक्तीवर प्रेम करते आणि बी पेक्षा, समजा ए ही बॉय आहे आणि बी ही व्यक्ती गर्ल आहे समजा फॉर एक्झाम्पल, हां, आणि सी ही व्यक्ती आहे ती पण मुलगी आहे आणि ती बी पेक्षा जास्त सुंदर आहे, खूप अट्रॅक्टिव्ह, बोल्ड आहे, वॉट एव्हर यू कॅन से, वॉट एव्हर यू कॅन से, आणि इतकं आलेलं आणि शी इज ट्राईंग टू सेड्यूस ए, but even though it is like a tempest, it is like a वादळ, but even though his love for B is not shaking, that is true love. If he is not doing true love, definitely he will fall as a prey to C. And likewise reverse, it is also applicable for to girl also. Okay, so if that looks, the love is actually like a thing, if there is a lot of tempest or lot of frost, it never shaken. So that is very important, and it is a star to every wandering bark. It is a star. Okay, so you can see on the star, so the star is there, and you know that it gives us the, everybody can look at it, every dog can bark at it, but it never moves, it just twinkle. So that is the thing. So hey guys, I hope that you understood the 6 lines, and remaining lines we are going to see in tomorrow's video. Again, I would like to mention you that I'm going to post questions on Sir Philip Sidney's 2 sonnets, and you have to solve it. You have to write down your questions and you have to send me on Google Classroom itself. You have to scan it and send it to Google Classroom. You have to upload it. So thank you for watching.